There are several unique values in JavaScript, and one of those we discussed before in the previous video. It is called not a number and denoted as none, even though it is a part of a number type. You can achieve none when there is some computation which doesn't make sense. So for example, if a string is divided by a number, it is none. To get the type of variable or literal, it is possible to use a unary operator called typeOf. The result of this operator is type of the variable or literal as a string. Another interesting values are infinity and minus infinity, and they act as infinities in mathematics. And for example, if you divide one infinity by another, you will get a not a number, just because in mathematics infinity divided by infinity is undefined. But just to explain how it works in JavaScript, you can see that this division will bring you to not a number, but other computations will return the proper values, like in this case, when you add infinity to infinity, you will of course get another infinity. The other two values are called null and undefined. That's why if you will console log their comparison, it will return true, as you see. But this happens when you use an abstract comparison operator. For the strict comparison operator, which compares not only the values but also the type of the variables, the result will be false, as you see. That happens because types of null and undefined are different. To use strict comparison operator, you will just use 3 equal signs instead of 2 equal signs. The same applies for the strict inequality operator. So you will the same applies for the strict inequality sign. You just type an exclamation point and then 2 equal signs instead of 1 equal sign. The type of null is object because null is a primitive value of the null global object. This is something you will find in docs, that null is a primitive value of object, but it's more like a bug which is too painful to fix right now. Everything is clear with undefined. The type of undefined is undefined, and it is a primitive value. The main difference between null and undefined is that null is something you will assign to a variable to define whether it's containing a value or not, while undefined is assigned itself. So for example, whenever you declare a variable, it is already undefined, which means doesn't have any value. So for example, if here I will log the value of a, it will be undefined, as you see. To be sure, we can just check the type of a and we will get undefined. And a few more words about strict comparison and abstract comparison. So for example, if I will compare this statement, which is 3 as an integer or just a number literal and 3 as a string literal is compared now, and the result is, you see, true. That happens because abstract comparison operator or equality operator works without comparing the type of the variables or literals, while strict comparison operator or identity operator works considering the types of both operands. The same thing, of course, for inequality. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.